It's the audio.
Hey, it's Kishi, and yes, thank you so much for meeting that incentive. We are going to be seeing all of the endings. When we get started, this run, it was going to take off right away. So I'm going to very quickly, because I know we got a lot to schedule, very quickly, just as a primer, this lovely character here is Rhea. Rhea has made my trip getting here and my trip home very, very difficult. She's also going to make this game very, very difficult, because the point of this game, the story, as much as this game has a story, is that FaZe's looking for his doorstop. His doorstop's gone missing. Rhea stole the doorstop. We're going to help FaZe get this doorstop back, and Rhea's going to do everything she can to stop us from helping FaZe, which is a very specific way to phrase all of that, and you'll see that as we get going. So if we are ready on the timer, I am ready to go to in 3, 2, 1. That's not the right game button to start a new game. Thank you for playing, and the game, and that's it. The game is over. Fantastic, fantastic work. So we're gonna hit this quit button, and that'll let us get to the first very, very important choice we have to make. What kind of game are we looking for? A fair and relaxed game. Too bad. And the game is over, and we are now 2 endings into this run. Fantastic work. All right. So we do still have 2 other choices here, one of which being an easy game. No worries, we got you covered. Fantastic. So this is the game you can't lose. And we'll begin into this in just a second, because again, I've got 2 full games of all the endings we have to get through here. And we're gonna have a cutscene to work with coming up ahead. So we'll get back to that game in a little bit. Here's our friend FaZe. And you can see that front gate, that's a little bit squeaky. Sometimes we're holding it open and it's not there. So that is the gate that is missing its doorstop. FaZe builds gates. His whole career, his whole life, he's been building gates. You hold down the Alt button, you push whatever button appears on the screen, and the gate is instantly built. But we do still need that doorstop. So off we go on our grand adventure to Rhea's castle to steal back our doorstop. And now that we are taking off on our airship, we can go get through that cutscene. And now we can go through. There we go. The game you can't lose. New game. This game's also, believe it or not, going to have multiple endings. We're going to load into. It's going to take a little bit. There we go. Welcome to the game you can't lose. To win, enter the white door. Okay. Hey, there's the happy music. You've won. You're incredible. But look, that's kind of an unsatisfying ending. Right? There's no fireworks, there's no fanfare flash or anything, there's just a little bit of music. So let's see what happens if we go through the not white door. You neither won, nor did you lost. Fantastic. So all we have to do is get through to the exit. Whoops. Oops. Okay. So look, now, very easy. All you gotta do is push the green button here. Just push the green button. There we go. And I have to say, I believe this is all the RPG Maker stock audio library, and there are some bangers in the RPG Maker library. This is pretty good. 1 + 1 is, of course, 11. Nope, still didn't win. Okay. To win, move the character. But for whatever reason, WSAD doesn't work. I don't know what to do, so this is a little bit awkward. All right, 1 + 0 is 1, 2. I'm gonna hit escape and just cancel out of that dialogue. You're not supposed to do that. Well, look, the only way to win the game is to play the game, and we're already playing the game, and now we get the fireworks. And that is so much more satisfying than the regular ending there, and that is 1 full game down, and we can get back to our originally scheduled programming with Invaligate your aid. And I know I've been talking quite a bit. As soon as I get through the left-hand side of the castle here, I will open up time to read some donations. But there is a lot to talk about here, especially in this first room, and I've already forgotten, I gotta go back, because this is a randomly generated maze. Today it's gonna be right up, right, left, down, and then you turn 90 degrees to the left. We're gonna go right to the end of the maze, excuse me. And this gate, hey, voice recognition. All right, so we have to open the gate. Open sesame. And I don't know if I worked with the audio. Okay, so it's probably not getting my mic. Maybe it's getting the host mic. If you want to try.
Open sesame.
Nope, still got to raise it. So it must be catching the mic out there in the crowd. It must be everybody out there. Now see, that was too loud. All of you can't yell at the top of your lungs. It's a friendly, respectful environment here at GDQ. Microphone disconnected. That's not good. And no, the game doesn't have voice recognition. And all of y'all, everybody out there, all of you are yelling at the game trying to get it to go. Got you. I got all of you. No, I got one more room to get to, and then I will open it up for donation comments. Because this next room's a Tuesday. Oh yeah. Also, by the way, I don't know if they caught it on screen, but Windows PowerShell lets me know in the bottom right corner of my monitor the computer will shut down in 8 minutes. And this room has input latency. I push left, nothing happens. I push up, I move left. I push right, I move up, and you kind of get. It's input lag as a game design. So if you'd like to read some donations and read out those numbers while I try to count steps underneath my breath here, that'd be fantastic.
Of course, we have $10 from Spoonie that says, my, oh my, what a wonderful night for a speed run. Good luck to my friend and moderator, Sushi Kishi. The bards are all cheering for you.
Hey, Spoonie.
We also had $10 from Francine that says, Sushi Kishi, I'm so proud of you and this run. Way to go. We also had $50 from Cyrus42 that says, my mother dragged me into watching Awful Block with her. Hi, Mom. Good luck with all the awful, amazing games.
Right.
We also had red button 17, which I think you pressed earlier. $50 from that says, do it, Dizzy Hero. Press the donate button.
Here we go.
You're absolutely smashing this run, Sushi.
And this room's also kind of simple. My mouse cursor is now trying to capture me, so I'm going to keep moving mouse cursor away, taking around to hit these buttons. But there is definitely time for more donations or to talk about the charity if you would like.
Of course, we had $10 from Jen the Bug that says the best part of working nights is staying awake for Awful Block. On a more serious note, as a cancer patient, I love what the Prevent Cancer Foundation is doing. Nobody deserves cancer, and PCF is doing great work. I agree.
One last room here, and just to let you know, it's not you, it's me. See, yeah, that's not you, that's me. That's my keyboard disconnecting, not yours. There we go. All right, all 4 rooms down. That means this gate's gonna open up and we can move on to the next part of the castle. All right, we're saving in file 2 today, just in case that comes up later. And now we've got a wonderful selection of mini games. I have to clear 10 points of mini games to get through to the next section. Each mini game has a certain point value. We're gonna start off pretty easy. We're gonna start with puzzle games. Very, very easy, quick for me to get to while I talk about the other slightly more interesting mini games we're gonna get into. This is just memorized. I'm gonna get the 3rd row, 4, 5, 6, and 8. Next is going to be 4, 5, 6, 8. There we go. So next is going to be a horror game. And if you are a fan of speedrunning, it is time to put the kids to bed. It is definitely the scariest thing you can possibly imagine as a horror mini game when you're trying to speedrun. And you're wondering, it's RPG Maker. How bad could it be? It's just a room full of NPCs, right? Yeah, that's all this is. And if we're lucky, oh, no, what is this game? It's a matter between me and FaZe. You should not play this game. And yes, so what's going on here is if I run into an NPC or an NPC runs into me, we get to speedrun mashing through the Steam description of the game. Please move out the way. Now, you're thinking, okay, well, I saw you in the options menu earlier, Sushi. You set your text scroll to automatic. Well, if you hold down the wrong button there, you will all advance and tell that NPC, yes, I would very much like to completely restart this minigame. And any NPCs that you cleared out will all respawn and you get sent back to start. But now we're at 4 of 10 points. We only need 6 more to go, which means Super Mario Maker is on the menu. And this is exactly what it is. It is a Super Mario Maker parody, built-in RPG Maker, and it controls exactly like you think it would. You can see we've actually got Donkey Kong Country strats, where you can fall off the edge and then jump. And now, oh no, it's choose your own path. 12 minus 4, it's gonna be 0. And this is great. X squared, percent 35 gets the remainder, plus 12x squared. We're gonna go 4 pi here. And now we wait to see if I've done my math correctly. We do have some time for donations here.
The man with the plan sends in $10. Started a dono train. I don't know if y'all saw it. That unlocked all these endings for us. It said impromptu dono train for all endings chat. Here's two. One for me and one for someone who can't donate at the moment. And I also had someone donate $5 from Egg that says, do I hear an egg train coming? And what I'd like to say is instead of $5, if you know when you put in numbers in your calculator and then you turn it upside down, it makes a word? $6.63, when you turn that upside down, that looks like egg. So I think what we need to do, our game's crashed, oh no. What we need to do is that egg and 12 bananas, they're both food. Mark your egg donations for that 12 bananas karaoke that we're 90% of the way there. Let's more awful block, please.
All right, so now we're to the final boss. Believe it or not. We have to, every time the hole opens up, go on top of it and put again on top to keep a monster from coming through the hole. Oh, good. Fantastic. There's the next one. Key to right of W is E. And now my controls are reversed, but only left and right, not up and, oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna trick anybody with this anymore. Bottom left corner, pay respects. So there's the F key. Ooh, super zoom, fantastic. Now I definitely can't see anything. There it is. Please understand that I may ask you to kindly reach and press. It's the first letter of English alphabet is A. And now I've been alt-tabbed out of my game. Fantastic. Invaligate, that's U. Oh, there it is. It's gonna be H. And I don't know, and I'm a little afraid to look at how they're capturing it, but if you can't see it, the game is it's turning up my volume. I apologize to whoever had the room next to me while I was practicing, because I did not have headphones, and the volume just kept, what do I think of the game? Undefined, thank you. Downloader of WSD, that's gonna be the S. Oh, now it must be getting close to the end here. Any asymmetrical letter. Oh, my finger slipped. No, that was legitimately not what I wanted to have happening, I said. All right. That was tricksy, okay.
While you restart your game, I have a $15 donation from Rhea that says, I've hidden the doorstep inside this donation.
No. All right, so let's talk about, while I'm catching back up here, let's talk about this doorstep. Because in the ending, and we're going to skip over it, because in the cutscene, in the ending, you can ask, hey, so why'd you steal a doorstop anyway? Who steals a doorstop? So the doorstop, it's made out of glass, and it's an orb, and it's very round, because it's a magical crystal ball, and not really a doorstep. Key to right of F3 is F4, and yeah, so the last part of the boss fight is it makes you hit Alt to put a gate down, and then you push F4. And then if you load back into your game, Rhea says, did you really press Alt F4? You're so adorable, ha 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 ha. And we're rapidly coming to the end of the run here. So let's go back up. So we have to activate New Game Plus mode, for lack of a better term, to go get our last ending here. Go back to the title screen. And don't hit new game. We already know new game's not the button we're gonna hit here. And we are still playing an evil game. And now I have to figure out where the doorstop is, because Rhea didn't take it. That's the other surprise ending here. Rhea doesn't take it. FaZe just forgets where he hit it. And if I stop to read the cutscene, I would know exactly where it is, but usually it's right there. And that is time for I'll Invaligate your aid.
GG.
Now, I know I don't want to go too long here giving shouts, but I do want to give shout outs to the developer, RBG Waldorf, who took time out of his schedule, not just from making their new game called The Respawn Banter. They're actually working on a remake of this game that's getting a Steam release, all new content, all new graphics, things like that. And they took time out of their day to make a special version of this that tweaked a couple of things that would have been a nightmare for the tech team to work with. So thank you very, very much for doing that. And something else they did is, on the last day of GDQ submissions, I had one game spot left open, and I didn't know what to do with it. But I didn't have this game on my new computer, so I went to download it. It had patch notes that said, oh my gosh, someone speedrun this game? Well, here's a little bit of speedrunning content. So now, in the new version of the game, Rhea will detect if you're playing fast enough, she'll think that you're speedrunning. And there is a parody speedrunning game here, of course, built in RPG Maker. Oh. Well, that's gonna do it for the shout. That was not supposed to happen. So that's gonna be a surprise. So, it's never actually shut down the computer before. That's never happened. Okay, that's a new one to me. That's it for me. Thank you so much for inviting me, and enjoy the rest of your weekend and the rest of the show.